Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another action figure unboxing. In this episode, we're taking a look at the X-Men Age of Apocalypse figure. So yes, this is a cool looking figure here. Very big packaging here, nice window here to see what's going on in here. Looks like we get a couple accessories in here as well. This is from the Marvel Legends series. It is the Age of Apocalypse version of Apocalypse, as you could probably tell. But very cool. If you haven't read the comics, I recommend going and checking those out. It's a very cool storyline from the late 90s. Very cool. They had some really cool designs. We have previously unboxed some of the other figures from the regular wave, which was the Sugar Man Build-A-Figure. So go check those out if you haven't seen them already. And we're just going to dive right into this one here. So comes on a standard, well, an extended Marvel Legends blister pack here. It's an oversized figure, so it is a little bit bigger than regular sized packaging here. Very cool looking though. We do have the Age of Apocalypse logo here at the top. Nice artwork of Apocalypse on the side. And then flipping it over, let's see. Let's go to the bottom, standard UPC and all that good jazz. And then on the back, we've got the glamour shot of Apocalypse. Apocalypse launches an offensive against humankind in pursuit of a world where mutants rule and only the strong survive. Ha. Very cool. This came out in, I'm looking, copyright, it says 2020. I want to say that actually came out a little earlier than that, but it says 2020 on the packaging here, so we'll assume that is correct here. Yeah, we've got a little piece of tape here on the side holding a little flap together, so let's slice that off. Pop that little tab thing out here. Pull that up, and this should just slide out. Ah, very cool. We'll throw the packaging to the side here. We don't need that no more. Ooh, we've got two layers here. We've got the figure and the accessories, and a second little blister pack with his cape. And then, ooh, we've got another one of those little warning label things here in multiple languages, choking hazards, etc., etc. Nothing too special there. And our backer is an extended version of the kind of holographic Apocalypse. We saw this in the previous X-Men wave. Very cool. This one's a little bit bigger than those other ones, but that was cool. So let's see what we got here. The cape comes out very easily. So there's that one done. Throw that one back there. Then we've got Apocalypse and some accessories. Let's get the accessories first here. We got a second closed fist. We've got doesn't want to come out very easily. An alternate head, closed mouth. We got a cool skull here. And then Apocalypse himself. Awesome. Toss that to the side, and this is pretty much what we end up with. So, yeah, very cool. I did notice we have a couple of rubber bands here around his head, which is a little odd, but whatever. So we're going to use our X-Acto knife here and try to get in here and pop those off, and then yank those out. I guess that just keeps the collar from moving around too much. Whatever. Those go to the side as well. So yeah, very cool looking Apocalypse figure. It's fairly big, but not quite as big as I was expecting, to be honest with you. Let's look at the accessories first here. We got this cool skull here. It's got some nice detail in it. A nice paint job here, nice weathering effects. It's got some really cool detail all the way around here, and I'm not sure how much the light here is going to affect that. Let me turn that down a little bit and quit shaking the camera here. Some nice cool little like scratches and stuff on the skull itself. Very, very nice looking. No peg joint here, so you can't actually attach it to anybody else. So you can't make a cool Ghost Rider custom out of it, but it is what it is. It fits in his hand. Kind of just sits there, but he can do that. Whoop, that kind of cool, bring you death kind of thing. Beyond that, not really a whole lot you can do with it. He can grab it like that, or grab it like that, or however you want to do it, and he can crush it. And so it's an interesting accessory, but kind of more for show than anything else. His other accessories, we got an extra hand here. This is the closed fist hand. Very cool details in it. I really like that. That's really cool. Standard kind of peg joint here, so you can just grab his big open hand here. Let's see how well this works. Grip it and pull on it, and it pops out pretty easily, so that's nice. And then this should just slide back in there. And it actually pops in there pretty easily, so I'm really happy with that. And I know sometimes we get these things and those alternate hands are a pain, and they tend to kind of break, or seem like they're going to break at least. But yeah, that's cool that that one works pretty well here. So we'll pop that off and put his regular hand back on there. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's flimsy at all, so that's good. I like that. That's cool. His other accessory here we have is the alternate head. So this is the kind of frowny face, I guess, Apocalypse. Nice detail in it as well. I like the paint job a lot. The eyes, I don't know about that. That may need, I don't know. I think maybe they should be maybe a little bit brighter red or something, but they do pretty well for what it's worth. It is raining outside and thundering, it sounds like, so I don't know if that'll pick up on the mic or not. But so his other face here, you can kind of do it the same way as you did the hand. You just kind of grab a hold of it pretty well and just kind of twist and pull it up. And then that kind of just twist and push down. Kind of. These heads are not always the easiest to swap out here. That little peg joint just kind of flops around a lot when you're trying this, so like that, it tends to move forward a lot when you're trying to press this in place. So good luck is about all I can say. Some of these are easier than others. There, well, nope. Yeah, it keeps wanting to jump forward on me here, so. There we go. Kind of push it to the back, and then that pops in there pretty well, so you get a pretty good face here. So that's the alternate head, and then he's got the grinning face as the other head. Looking at the two of them side by side here, I think I like the frowny face better than the maniacal grinning face, but that's just me. I like that we do have the choice here, so that is always appreciated. So I'm going to pop his head back off, put the original head back on there. That actually worked a lot easier, so kind of roll it to the back and then press down, and that seems to work a lot better. So his alternate head, hand, and the cool skull, we'll move those to the side here. The other accessory is this cool cape. It's that flexible plastic material. Has some nice sculpting to it. It looks really cool. a little bit of weird wear at the bottom here. I don't know how well that picks up, but like a nick in it or something right there, but not too bad here. It has these little pegs on the top here, if you can see that or not, and those should peg in onto the back of these shoulder pauldrons. So let's see how well that works. Just kind of line that up, press down, and it goes into place pretty easily actually. Line that up and press it down, and then we have a cool cape for Apocalypse here. Looks very nice on there. I do like that quite a bit here. Nice and big, not too bulky. These things still move around when this thing is in place, so when his arm goes up, you may end up accidentally knocking that loose a little bit, but so you may just have to play around with it, but not too bad. It doesn't really hinder movement really hardly at all, so that is cool. I like that. And it looks really cool. Kind of a minimal top approach, but it looks really cool all the way around here. And then from the side, looks awesome, and from the back, awesome as well. So yeah, I like that cape. It does pop off a little easy, but whatever. Alright, moving on to the figure itself. Really awesome detail all the way around here. It's got that cool neck brace kind of thing here. These awesome shoulder pauldrons that are somewhat shiny, so a little bit of metallic paint kind of on there, but the rest of his body has also got a fairly decent blue metallic sheen to it. Very cool. And I'm noticing, I don't know again how well this picks up on camera, but it is a two-tone here, so his chest is kind of almost a purplish blue, and then the rest of the body is that more sky blue kind of color. That metallic effect works really well. Moving on, looking at some of this detail here, again, kind of basic on the pauldrons. The back doesn't look all that interesting, but has, again, that two-tone effect going on there. Very cool. Nice muscle features here everywhere. Very cool looking gauntlets. And those awesome sculpted hands as well. Very, very cool there. Not much on the midsection here, just regular paint effects. Around his legs here, it does look like they've put in some wrinkles where, like the cloth itself would be kind of bunching up a little bit. And then down towards the bottom, we got these really cool looking boots. Do have a little bit of paint weirdness going on right there, but not too bad. The boots look pretty cool there. They look a little bit like Juggernaut's boots, but not quite. So I don't know if that's a completely new sculpt or if they've just kind of modified some of those. Got some nice tread on the bottom of the boots there, and peg hole for the feet, and looks like that one's halfway deep enough. I know some of these figures for the foot pegs, they're real shallow, so it's kind of hard to find a good foot a stand for these guys, so we'll check that out here in a few minutes and see what kind of works well for that. Moving on to the articulation here. The head itself does spin 360 degrees. This neck brace thing does kind of hinder that a little bit. You may have to kind of pop it up and then move it, but yeah. Yeah, that's going to limit a little bit of the articulation. It does move forward quite a bit here, backward about that much, which is pretty decent actually. Then we don't really have a whole lot of side-to-side head tilt or anything like that. I think part of that is due to this big neck brace thing here. You may be able to squish it a little bit to get it to kind of fit better. Yeah, to move it around a little bit here. But yeah, it actually looks like it's on a peg system as well. So squishing it kind of pops those pegs joints out. So you may have to kind of play around with it to get that to go back into place. But that's actually pretty cool. I hadn't realized that. But we do have that cool pauldrons here that are on this weird joint here. They are kind of that flexible plastic here, but they move around quite a bit, and they actually, that one just popped out. So that's how that works. There's just kind of like a peg joint in there as well, but it has like a rolly thing on it. So the underside looks like that. You can just pop that back into place pretty easily, but it actually is kind of surprising how easily that pops out. But I kind of like that, to be honest with you, because it fits in there snugly, but I like to be able to pop it off easily without worrying about damaging it. So that is cool. Put that back on there because it's supposed to be there. Standard ball and swivel at the shoulder joints here. It goes all the way around. That pauldron thing, it tends to pop off when we do that. So, but it still does go all the way around, up and down. It's got some nice cool veins popping in there. This thing doesn't really hinder too much of that articulation, but it does, now that I'm doing it, have a tendency to pop this pauldron off quite easily, so you'll probably have to just watch that a bit. We've got a swivel at the top of the bicep here. We have, looks like a single elbow joint, and it's this gauntlet thing kind of gets in the way a little bit, but so you only go up about that much, but it's only missing by a little bit there. It's no big deal there. Swivel at the wrist, and we've got a rocker there as well, so that is all very cool. We got kind of standard ab crunch feature here. That actually goes quite a bit here. So all the way down, all the way back, and then midway right there. Very, very cool. Swivel at the waist. Nice there. Standard plastic T-hook joints here at the hips. He actually goes out a lot further than I was expecting him to there. All the way forward, all the way back. You have to kind of rotate it up a little bit to get it to go further back, but that's better than a lot of these joints that we've seen in some of the other figures from the wave. So that is cool. We got a swivel at the top of the thigh. We do have a double knee joint here. We've got a swivel at the top of the boot, and then a swivel rocker thing here at the ankle. So all in all, very cool. This guy's a lot more flexible in his articulation than I was expecting here. I know a lot of the bigger figures that we get, well, even some of the smaller figures, the articulation just doesn't work really well, and I am very much surprised at how well this one does work. I'm also really, really impressed with these veins on his biceps. And looking at it now, like his left arm, the under, where the tricep and everything connects here, he's got veins there as well. That's not something we typically see in these figures. So that is very cool, and I like that a lot. So yeah, very, very cool. So let's look at size comparison just for the sake of argument. We've got the X-Man figure from the X-Men line. It's also one of the Age of Apocalypse figures from the Marvel Legends series. Side by side, you can see he actually is a lot taller than I was expecting here. For whatever reason, he seemed smaller in the box, and I guess that's just because perspective is weird. I don't know. But yeah, he ends up being about the right size here now that I'm looking at him next to a regular figure here. And X-Man here is, I would say, a standard sized figure, so normal height. So fairly comparable across the line here with normal figures. So you can see he is quite a bit bigger than a normal figure, and he can grab him, grab his head, hold him up like that if you wanted to. So that's actually pretty cool. You can also grab somebody's leg if you wanted to, and he could So you can get pretty creative with the posing on this guy here, and yeah, I'm actually very impressed with this Apocalypse figure here. The joints seem a little loose to me, but that sometimes works well because, like in this case, the legs and everything, they just work well. And I guess I'm not used to that, so it's not like he's flimsy loose. He's just kind of, you don't have to pop the joints to get it to work right. So take that for what you will, but that is very cool here. I'm going to stick his cape back on here for another moment. But yeah, this is really a cool figure here. Retail price on this thing was about 30 thereabouts, 35 maybe. I actually don't even remember here. I got this a while back and just now got around to doing a review. So still, it was about 35, let's call it 35 retail price. Secondary market, I don't really know what the price is on this thing right now. As of the filming of the video here, it was still available in certain outlets. So things like Big Bad Toy Store still had it available. Amazon sometimes has it in stock, so check there maybe first before you go crazy on eBay or something like that. But this is a cool figure. Again, not a whole lot of accessories here. I like the alternate heads. The alternate hand works really well. I wouldn't have minded a second alternate hand that was open for this one, but yeah, I'm not going to complain about it at all. It is a really cool figure, and they really did a good job on this one. So I am impressed and give this one a thumbs up, or 2 thumbs up, or 5 thumbs up, or however many thumbs you got. Give them up. It's cool. Well, that's all the time we have for today, so thanks for watching as always. I appreciate you stopping by and spending a little time with us. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think of this Age of Apocalypse figure. How does he compare to some of the other Apocalypse figures from the Marvel Legends series? How does he compare to some of the previous, like, Toy Biz figures in your head? I know Toy Biz did a really awesome Age of Apocalypse figure way back in the day. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this guy here, and glad to have it in the collection. If you haven't already, feel free to give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like what you've seen. Leave whatever comments in the comment section. If you'd like to see anything in future episodes, let me know that as well. I'll see what I can do to get it out in front of y'all. And yeah, be on the lookout for more awesome videos coming down the pipeline. Until next time.